Hi Leo, welcome back to Wandering Magic. These are going to be your January 2026 messages, and it's going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's start with your Kipper. Your Kipper messages are sudden wealth, toil, and labor. Immediately, I'm like, when am I getting my money? It's like you're waiting for your coin. You're waiting for your reward. You're waiting for something that I'm not going to say that you haven't invested in it, because you did put a lot of hard work into it, but you feel like you're putting in way too much work and you just want this to come easy to you. With the sudden wealth, I feel that there will be an opportunity, but what I'm seeing is it's interesting because there's a lot of conflicting energy with your cards. So like this is like not putting any effort in, and this is putting all the effort in. There's just like two things that are existing for you at the same exact time. So to me, this is like winning in one area of your life, but not feeling like you're winning in the other. And so you just keep working harder and harder to get what you want, but it's also like, okay, when can I relax? When is it going to be my turn? When is it going to be my time? Why do I feel like everything just feels a little difficult? So I feel like this is like a want and a need. It's like wanting things to come easy, but you need to work hard for what it is that you want. I feel like the reason why you have to work harder for it is because there's something in that journey that is going to show you something that you're not quite there yet with. So it's taking in every experience and really absorbing it, learning it, to then finally getting to execute perfectionism, or what you deem as perfectionism. So that's what I'll say about that. Your oracle message is somewhat similar. The ever unfolding rose. And this is cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Okay? It's happening for you, not to you. Whoa, the card just fell. Hold on one second. Okay, I think we're rolling. Yeah, we're rolling. Okay, back to cracked open. I felt like that was you slapping the card out my hand, like spiritually, like I don't want that. But anyway, it's happening for you, not to you, is what I was saying. And I feel like this person here in the card is open and receiving because they are cracked open. But cracked open often means that there is a part of you, like being cracked open, it's not soft. It's not a soft fall. Like imagine how hard you need to hit to crack an egg, right? You're breaking something and you're breaking it open, you're cracking it open. And so that requires effort, and it requires you to take action, all those things. So the other thing I will say is that I notice when I'm looking at the card from a distance, meaning like through the camera and looking here, it looks like someone is being held, and they're like stretched across. So kind of like when like stereotypically at a wedding with a male and a female, the male then picks the woman up and carries her through the threshold or whatever that might be. I feel like this is what I'm seeing, like someone being held, but you're being taken somewhere. And where that is, I feel it's the place of, I feel like you're exhausted and you want to be carried. So again, that energy is coming back up where you kind of just want things like handed to you, like you don't want to walk. You're like, my feet hurt, and someone carrying me is easier than me walking and hurting my feet even more. But anyway, I see that, and I get subtle reminders that things are happening for you, not to you. And so there's something that you're needing to learn and experience before getting to the next place. Because I feel like you're already in that place right now. Like you're already inside of it. For your tarot messages, you have the Emperor. You have the Two of Inspiration in reverse. So that's what it looks like upright. And you have the Ten of Emotion here. So, the Emperor is not someone that things are handed to, but rather they have worked for it and they earned their place in society. They've earned their spot. They've not taken really any shortcuts. They might have gotten lucky in certain aspects of the journey, but it really more so felt like luck. But I'm getting that it was more destined than it was lucky, but it felt lucky to you. And with the Two of Inspirations in reverse, I feel that you might be losing sight of things. You might be losing that optimism that shows the potential that you once saw in something, and you're not sure what it looks like anymore. I feel like this is part of the correct open, by the way, because you're looking for your ever after. You're looking for, I feel like you're trying to attain the goal so quickly, but I also want to tell you, you're kind of getting this other feeling, like, I don't even know if you're realizing this, but it's like I get to the end and then what? And then what? And so I think that's the intentional, like, marathon run that you're doing. It's very intentional, and it's instead of it being like what is it, a cross country run when you're just like, it's like a continuous run, and then there's another run where you work as a team and you pass the baton. I feel like this is more passing the baton, but every time you sprint to one location, you grab the baton, you sprint, you grab the baton, but you're the one who's passing it and taking it. So you see, again, the effort that's being put into the thing that you want to attain. So I would just say you need this right now. You need what's happening to you to happen rather than it just suddenly happening. There's almost like, I don't want to call it a struggle, but it might be a struggle. But there's almost like this, it feels hard right now, feeling and energy, because it has to be. I don't know, I feel like I'm repeating myself. Hopefully that made sense. Oh, I see. Okay. You got the Three of Voices, and you have the Five of Material. If we just take a moment here. I feel there's something in the past that you're dwelling on. Now, this might get deep for a second. You might come from a place in life where you just simply did not have. You didn't lack, you didn't have the resources, albeit financial, support from family or friends. Maybe there was a point where you kind of isolated yourself. Whatever that looks like for you, I feel like you're coming from that, and because you came from this status of lack, you're afraid to be back there. But that thought of I don't have, or that not enough feeling, is what I feel is holding you back. And yeah, so with the Muse of Material coming up here, this is finding your footing And look at them journeying along across that bridge. You see what I mean? Like there's this something so intentional, but on the other side, it feels so glorious, and you know that. You know that, and you want that, but it's just not time right now. But you're making your way there, and I think that's what you have to tell yourself and remind yourself to bring peace to the situation, because I feel it's gonna be worth it. Perfect timing. Everything happens in perfect timing is your angel oracle, and then skeleton key, letting you know that you have the solutions to figure this out. You have the resources. Like the key is what lets you in the door. You have it already, but you have to walk to the door to then put the key in to turn it and open it. But you also have to be ready and prepared for what's on the other side. And that's what they're prepping you for right now. Okay. Watch your sun, moon, and rising for any additional messages, and I'll see you next time. Bye.